Oh, I've been wanting to watch this actually. We was gonna watch this. But dude, I'm not trying to get scared, chat. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like when we watch some of these videos on stream, on God, when I'm in my room late at night, like and I turn the lights off, I have to like turn my laptop on so I have a little bit of light when I go to sleep. Like dead ass. I'm not joking. I used to sleep with the lights on every night until I was like 16. The Seattle zombie woman, an internet mystery. They need to make one about me. The Vil Grim Reaper, internet mystery.
It was a new adventure for me. I want to share with you the sights and sounds.
Corey snatched your hat.
Northwest corner of our nation.
They're gonna snatch. You know what? May 5th, 2021. What was I doing on May 5th, 2021? I was probably playing Fortnite. Balls out, and balls on the chair, playing with my nuts.
May 5th, 2021. A disturbance is reported alongside a popular roadway in Seattle, Washington, drawing heavy police presence to the area.
The fuck?
According to witnesses on the scene, a woman had been spotted limping down the street, wailing in agony, while holding an unknown object in her hand. The woman was acting incredibly erratic and appeared to be seriously injured, though despite this, it had apparently taken as many as 8 police officers to subdue and restrain her. And this was far from the most chilling detail, with that being in the woman's appearance, as onlookers would go on to...
Thank you for the sub, bro.
Keep it up, twin, we love you.
We? Do y'all agree with him?
Claim that there was some...
Don't come to Washington, bro. It's scarier here than the Ville. I don't think I can name one thing in Washington other than Seattle and the Washington Wizards, and they suck.
Thing off about her face. It was unnatural, almost zombie-like. The story began as whispers among the community, with brief mentions across the web, though not many would take the
Washington Wizards are the other Washington? What? I thought every single state has an NBA team. Damn.
These posts seriously. As to outsiders, this seemed to be yet another internet hoax, or perhaps just some kind of extreme overreaction. But in reality, this was a very real scene that played out that evening, and one that was about to be put on display for the whole world to see, as the first video would quickly emerge, thrusting this case into an international spotlight and giving birth to an internet mystery known today as the Seattle Zombie Woman. Before we dive into this, I just wanted to let you guys know that I have a brand new second channel called Crowd. Oh, it makes it dark.
Wrong tower? That's not the CN Tower? The city is pretty when it's dead. What the Thank you for the sub, bro.
As someone with ergophobia, these streams are good.
What is ergophobia? I gotta stop getting distracted, but how are my streams good because you have ergophobia? A fear of work? That's a real thing?
The video immediately took the world by storm, as it showed a woman with a ghostly pale face, with half her head shaven, as she limps across the street wearing only one shoe, and with each step she takes, she seems to yell in pain, before the video quickly cuts. In her hand appears to be the mysterious object, which the uploader of the video claimed to be a fanny pack. And disturbingly,
did you know fanny means pussy?
It appeared to be soaked in blood, along with many other parts of the woman's body. In terms of context, there wasn't much, as despite the video going viral across the site, information on this individual dubbed the Seattle Zombie Woman was practically non-existent.
What the fuck?
According to the uploader, police had arrived and intervened just after the recording had stopped.
Wait, can police arrest a person just for being bloody? No, like what the fuck she do, nigga?
It had taken a full team of officers to ultimately restrain her and eventually take her away, likely to get some form of treatment, though they admit that they weren't sure.
Like questioning, but what if you say no? You didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like what if you just say, nah, I'm good?
What happened from there, or just as importantly, what had led to this moment. Though interestingly enough, despite the fact that the answers were not emerging, other recordings
I don't know what probable cause means, bro.
On the same day this now infamous TikTok was posted, another clip would be posted to YouTube by a separate user, seemingly showing a different angle of the same event, with this version being significantly longer.
Posted the day of the incident.
here, we get a better angle of the woman's face.
What the? This shit has to be fake, right? There's no way this is real. What?
As it appears completely abnormal, with her eyes and lips appearing to be pitch black, which is a dramatic contrast to her pale complexion. All in all, she looks sickly and appears to be acting completely unhinged. Near her, multiple cops are seen attempting to calm her down, though she just continues walking and screaming, even escaping their grasp at the end of the video, while continuing her erratic behavior.
Yo!
From there, it's assumed that the struggle continued before finally coming to an end sometime later, which was showcased in yet another video posted
Look at Psalm's tweet. He did not. What are you talking about?
To TikTok. And it's in this clip where the mystery takes a far darker turn, as we can hear the lady say her first discernible words.
There is no way that y'all are telling me to look at a Psalm tweet. Deadass typing Psalm did that in the chat. Y'all need jobs, bro. What the Again, bro, your name is Psalm did that and you've done absolutely nothing in your life, bro. Yo, you know what's even sadder, chat? This nigga put introduce in the group chat and he didn't even include himself, bro. This is just a watcher at heart, bro. Deadass. He don't want to be part of nothing. Real shit.
I don't want to go to the hospital! I don't want to go to the hospital!
What the What the What the
The video shows the woman begging the officers not to take her to the
in public with a laptop in his hand? What the
hospital, pleading as if her life depended on it. And it only gets stranger
rabies?
and even more tragic as she
thought if
begins
you get
pleading
rabies,
with
you
them
die.
not to take her baby.
Huh?
This may seem like a random one-off comment, until you realize that the object in her hand had seemingly changed.
Gift me a sub, lil bro.
No.
Even though the footage is pretty hard to decipher, it seems as though that bloody fanny pack that she had been holding in the original clip was no longer in her possession,
Wait, what?
and instead, she appears to be holding something entirely different.
Wait, what?
This object has been the source of great speculation,
That's a baby?
as the blurry video makes it hard to definitively
Nigga, that
identify,
look like Dobby from
though
Harry Potter.
some, including myself,
Ugly-ass baby.
seem to think that it closely resembles a baby, and more specifically, the head of a baby. This was the last clip we would receive from the incident, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and overwhelming concern for the woman shown in the clips, though despite the popularity of this case and all the questions put forth, the answers never came.
What the
Bizarrely,
fuck?
no official statement would be made by the
Yo, this grits. Yo, this nigga's ugly. Yo, this nigga's ugly as fuck. Oh my god, bro.
Seattle
What the
PD,
fuck?
despite their officers being shown in this viral video. And on top of this, despite the story being picked up by a few news stations, no official
What are you talking about, bro? What? Yo, Type, aren't you from Seattle,
conclusion
bro?
or clarification would be brought forward. And given the lack of context and the lack of closure,
Yo, this looks
internet
crazy.
mystery was born.
This looks
and the
crazy.
theories would quickly spread like wildfire.
Oh,
Right out of the
hell no.
gate, many users would be quick to call this story a fake, believing that this was nothing more than a setup, mainly due to the lack of reporting
What the
and
fuck
also
that mean,
because
a
of the woman's
setup?
appearance, as
What
given
that
how
mean?
unnatural she looked.
What
Many
the
believe that she was
fuck?
simply wearing a heavy amount of makeup,
What the
with some calling
fuck?
her appearance and demeanor almost cartoonish. Plus, if we're being honest, TikTok is completely filled with fabricated stories.
No, it's not. Everything on TikTok is real. What? I hate when niggas say shit like this, bro.
Just like this, leaving many set on this whole situation being fake. However, this actually isn't the case. One of the few updates we've gotten in this case
Yo, this
came
is
from the
Seattle? This
discovery
shit is
of
ugly
official
as
police
fuck.
dispatch radio, which was found publicly available on a site known as Broadcastify.
What? fuck?
There, users would find audio from May 5th in the Seattle area that seemed to depict this exact incident, with the audio being just as chilling as the videos themselves.
What the fuck?
3008 16 Avenue West.
Yo, chat, how did those cops remember all those numbers, bro? Dead ass. No wonder why iCarly lived in Seattle? Bro, I thought they were in like New York or like LA or something.
There's a female walking eastbound on West Barrett Street that has blood running down her face and leg. She's also yelling and limping. She's described as a white female, 20 to 30, 5'5 to 5'7", thin built, with a shaved head and brown patches of hair. Wearing a gray t-shirt, blue jeans, and one
I almost
white shoe.
sneezed. I held it back.
James and West Armour Street on the west side, just north of.
What the fuck?
AMR for an ITA.
What?
The recording seems like an exact match to these videos, from the way the subject is described, all the way to that unmistakable screaming in the background.
Yeah, she's chopped.
And this is undoubtedly from the Seattle PD. It came straight from their official police line, meaning that whatever this incident truly was, the police response to it was very real.
I'm just kidding, bro. I'm sorry.
This note also seems to disprove a long-standing theory that the clips were actually
She
from the set of a
died?
movie being filmed in the area, as coincidentally, during this exact time period, there was a major film being produced in Seattle called Kimmy.
On Monday, film crews were
was
spotted
a
in Westlake
movie,
Center
nigga.
shooting a new HBO movie called Kimmy.
Which many had speculated that this was some kind of PR stunt from the project. But given the fact that this was a real police response, and that the film is actually since
Bro, chat, deadass, now I'm watching this scary shit, and then also, bro, the shit my uncle said, bro, I'm low-key scared to be in my crib, bro. But that nigga deadass told me he thinks a demon slapped him, bro. Deadass. Bro, the nigga say he was in bed and he just got slapped in the face. What the does that mean? Who the slapped him? What does that mean? He said he just got slapped in the face. By what? By who? The that mean? How you just get slapped in the face?
come out, with there being no mention of any zombies or any similar incidences within it. This is yet another debunked theory. And while on the subject of debunked theories, I want to briefly mention what at one point had actually become the most popular theory surrounding this
Why
case,
did you slap him?
which
Nigga,
is
he said he
honestly
was awake.
incredibly offensive. And that is the claim that this woman was Marilyn Stanley,
What
a
the
woman
fuck?
who was brutally attacked by her ex-boyfriend and his dog,
Nigga, this looked the same. Probably.
leading to
Wait, the dog jumped in? What the? That's not funny, but yo, the dog saw the beating his girl and jumped in too? Are you dead ass? What the? Are you serious?
devastating injuries.
Yo, bro,
and
what
because
the
of her
fuck?
disfigurement, people pointed to
Dude.
her being the Seattle zombie
Oh,
woman,
hell no.
believing that this footage was
I thought
taken
dogs
just
were
moments
nice.
after her assault. However, despite so many people reporting this, it is incredibly easy to disprove, as the Marilyn Stanley attack took place in Kentucky, not Seattle,
Oh.
and the assault happened all the way back in 2015,
So
a full
why did
year
you
before
even do-
TikTok was even created, and a full 6 years
TikTok
before
came
this
out what
video
year?
was
2018,
filmed.
2019?
This theory was never a possibility, and one Google search would have shown that, but unfortunately that didn't stop the speculation. And the outlandish theories continued from there,
The fuck is
as
that?
some would quickly fall off the deep end, believing
Nigga, is that John F. Kennedy? What is that?
that this woman truly was a real-life zombie. The theory is obviously very ridiculous, but it was made a bit more intriguing, as around the same time, there were reportedly similar occurrences emerging throughout the world, of
Nigga, there's
individuals
no-
looking and behaving
You know there is though. What's it called? The nigga. There's a certain drug that like turns you into like a zombie. Like you could take like 10 bullets to the chest and you just keep walking. I don't know what it's called though. So low
in a
key.
similar manner.
Bath salt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. India. Indian zombie. I know that shit. God, actually, let me tell you. What the fuck? These horny ass too, nigga. They tryna. They don't give a yo. Yo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
To make things even more curious, this video soon began being removed and censored from both TikTok and YouTube, with only a few versions being left throughout the web. And adding this with the fact that there was no media coverage following this event and no police statements made to the public, despite the situation's virality, it left many convinced that this was some form of a greater cover-up. But ultimately, it's not hard to tell that this theory was just fear-mongering. And at the end of the day, it's a theory that is highly unrealistic, though interesting to speculate. More logically, it's been theorized that this lady had been in some sort of car accident, as she was shown walking alongside a fairly busy road and appeared to almost be in shock, with her potentially having lost her baby in the wreck, adding to the trauma of the moment. But it seems completely unrealistic that if a child had passed away, there would have been no reports about it. I mean, surely this would have brought at least local media coverage, and it definitely would have been mentioned in the police blotter, which it wasn't. And given that no mention of a child was made on the official police recording at the scene, this idea, thankfully, has been ruled out, meaning that this object was likely something entirely different. Though even with this, it still leaves the car accident theory as a very real...
Stop saying behind me. There's nothing behind me, bro. What is this nigga Seth typing? I will remember. Like, why are you typing that, bro? Like, what? They said a baby died and you're like, what are you typing, dude?
Possibility,
like, what?
as it could explain why she was acting this way, along with her apparent injuries. Along with this possible explanation, there was another theory that I initially thought to be the most plausible, with that being that this was all the result of drugs and or severe mental illness.
Yeah, low-key, this could just be someone off some drugs, no?
But also the lack of official reporting, as a woman on drugs causing a scene is nothing all that noteworthy, especially in a major city. And as for her appearance, well, drugs can literally turn people into shells of themselves and make them completely unrecognizable. And her ragged and torn clothing could just be the result of potential homelessness, a fate that sadly befalls far too many people in our society who deal with these very struggles. Though with all this being said, landing on one definitive conclusion was unfortunately impossible based off the limited information available, and despite there being plausible theories put forth, a true answer seemed further away than ever, especially as the months began to pass. But even though the situation began to seem hopeless, a break would soon emerge out of nowhere.
Oh, they found out what it was?
Body cam footage.
Yo, someone gotta find the body cam footage that Diddy mentioned night. It has to be somewhere, bro. It has to be. Sandy Springs Police Department. Someone gotta find that ass. It has to be there somewhere, bro. It has to be. It has to be, bro. It has to be, bro.
I would blow this case wide open.
I don't know if it costs money. I don't know. What the
On March 9th, 2022,
Sandy Springs, sweet ass name. That city is dangerous. I guess it's sweet. The fuck? That city is dangerous, bro.
YouTube account by the name of Rebecca MS would upload a video revealing her findings into the Seattle zombie woman mystery, as even though the world had seemingly forgotten about.
Imagine your mom, instead of packing your lunchbox and reading you bedtime stories, she dropping articles about the Seattle zombie woman. I'd be tight as shit.
About this bizarre case, Rebecca had taken it upon herself to find its true conclusion, which led her all the way to the discovery of this footage.
Hey, ma'am! Hey, it's okay! You want to tell us what's going on?
What the fuck?
Is that real blood or fake blood? That almost looks like fake blood.
Oh.
I don't think any of this is real blood. It's all just
And then
your face burnt? No, it's gonna make our
it took me a little bit while, but it's like almost like Halloween, like zombie makeup.
What the fuck?
The video shows the Seattle zombie woman incident from the perspective of the police on scene, and although this further proves that the response to this incident was in fact real, it also proves that
she got nice feet. I'm just kidding.
That the incident itself was not. as the first responders began to quickly realize that this lady wasn't even injured, and she was instead wearing heavy theatrical makeup with fake blood, leaving
Nigga
the
saying
officers
wrong time, nigga. There's nothing, bro. She's wearing fake blood and makeup, bro. What are you talking about?
and bystanders just as confused as the rest of us.
By the way, like, this is super bizarre. Yeah.
And the biggest revelation to come of all this was the discovery of this individual's true identity, with her real name being Kimberly Kasai.
Hold on, Kimberly. Shit, she got the Ellen cut, but hey. Shit, I'm going.
A revelation that would, in turn, lead to the discovery of her social media profiles, and ultimately the truth behind this internet mystery. Not long after the incident occurred, Kimberly would post this picture in full makeup, matching identically to the Seattle zombie woman, along with the caption, "I am not your lab rat." She would then make a few other posts on Facebook, which revealed that she had carried out this whole stunt as a way to voice her opinions on certain political topics.
I can take the makeup off, but you can't cut that vaccine out. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Which I unfortunately can't go more into here. But in the end, despite the police and paramedic presence being very real, this woman,
all that was for?
The Seattle zombie woman, was simply acting.
What the?
This is truly one of these strange...
if I saw her shit was makeup and she was still screaming and like tweaking out on God, I would have been like, all right, stop playing her, I'm gonna tase you. I guarantee you she will lock in instantly. I guarantee you, nigga. She will lock in right away.
Just cases that I've seen in a long time, since its theories were so dark and so disturbing. Yet in reality, this was nothing more than a bizarre publicity stunt. And in the end, it's obviously a good thing that none of these theories were true, and that no one was injured as a result, making this one of the very few internet mysteries that actually arrived at a definitive, and I guess somewhat satisfying conclusion. I want to give a huge shout out to my God tier patron members.
Shut up, nigga. If she was a man or black, they would have tased her. Hey, dude, you don't know that, okay? You don't know that, bro. At Yusuf 7 is an evil Freemason who poisons vaccines on command of the Illuminati. You will burn for your sins. What did you just say, bro? That just actually made zero sense. But all right, bro. Thanks, man. Stop. What are y'all saying? What the was that? Stop, bro. Y'all gonna get me mad. Stop. Deadass stop. I'm serious. Stop, bro. Stop. Bro, that's Slake, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm chilling, bro. That was Slake, bro. That's Slake, bro. He's playing sound effects. Nigga trying to scare me, bro.